Once again, I'm very, very excited for this episode, and I know that you're going to be having an amazing time right here. This one is very unique because we're talking about a lot of companies under one umbrella. So any business person should be right here just to see how this goes. I'm here with Alphonse Juma, and he's a man of many hats. He'll be telling us about it. The CEO of Oracom. So he'll be telling us about the company and all the companies that are under Oracom. So thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much.
And of course, we're very happy to be here, and we are waiting and expecting to get a lot from this conversation, especially as business people. We say that business is more than meets the eye. So even as you start, kindly introduce yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Alphonse Juma. I'm the CEO of Oracom Group. Oracom Group started in 2010. So this year we are 13 years old.
13,
and we had a dream of building one company per year. So right now we are actually one company ahead.
Yeah.
So we have 14 companies, and that's the end of it. The dream has been to build 14 companies, and we wanted to disapprove what normally every business person says, that you need to do one thing and do it very well, rather than do many stuff. So at the beginning it looked like it would not work, but here we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very interested with why exactly you decided to have a lot of companies under one umbrella. Because most of the time, as you've said, business people prefer to just do one thing and do it perfectly, and we've seen it work. But for Oracom, you have 14 companies under one umbrella. Why? How did the idea come along?
So business about seasons. So there's a time when you are at your high season and when you're at your low season.
Right.
So this basically started in around 2013, 2012, 2013, when you're holding the elections. So what happens always during elections is that business comes to a standstill, and then people can't transact normally. So we said if business keeps on changing like this, sometimes it's January, that's your hot season. Sometimes it's August. What else can you do? So we decided to, of course, we looked at the market. At the beginning, it looked really impossible to have many companies because, many things. How will you be able to pay your taxes? How will you be able to run a team? Where will you set them up? All these aspects of business. But we said it's possible. We coined our concept on one thing, helping businesses become digitally fit, like getting online. And then all the companies are geared towards that. Rachel, it's all about online visibility. Every kind of business, be it you're a lawyer, an engineer, you have to set your business online. So all the businesses are set up that way. And the other thing that we also did, after we did our first 6 businesses or 6 companies, they were mostly geared towards making money, like making profit. And then we decided to proceed. So from business number 7 to 14, which is half of them, they are businesses that are focusing on impact, creating an impact. Creating a change. So that's how they are coined, the businesses here, and I hope we'll be able to talk about them.
Amazing. And you've also said something very important, that every business should be visible online. But you have some people who say, I already have my market, so why am I supposed to be online? Maybe tell us something about that.
It's really important to be online. Sometimes you have your market, but there are very many benefits of taking your business online. Because it also means you're making your brand visible to people 24 hours a day, and then also all the time, throughout the year, your business is always available. If your business is already making money, let's say if it's $20 for the sake of this, then it means you can imagine how much you do if you take it online. Because that means it's now a big business. So some of us may be making our businesses look so local, they have to, they are not considering taking them online. But the opposite is how about if you add the aspect of having it, your brand visible online, the impact can be so big. So if there's a person who thinks that is how they're running their businesses, my message to them would be that they are losing a lot. That business could be one of the big tech 5, if they think it's not yet online but it's still working. And also the future is digital.
That's where we're all heading.
We are all heading there, whether you like it now or you don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've also said that the 14 brands or other companies that you have under Oracom,
Yep.
they are geared towards helping businesses get to the online platform.
Yes.
And maybe someone would wonder, 14 companies with the same like
Objective.
looking forward
Yeah.
to the same objective.
Yeah.
So what are these companies and what exactly does every company do?
So starting with the first one,
Yeah.
so the umbrella is Oracom Group. The first one is Oracom Web Solutions. So there is where we have our web development team.
Okay.
And that one constitutes the largest part of our teams. We have teams who work full-time, and we have mostly web developers, full stack developers, mobile app developers, and those who help people just maintain their websites. The second one is called Ora Web Host. So that one is the one that's concerned with domain registration, website hosting, website security,
Yeah.
which for now, you remember recently there was an issue with some of the government websites were
Yeah.
brought in down, and security, cyber attack, those are stuff that are very important.
Yeah.
So we have a team of webmasters who ensures that if you have a domain, is it secure
Yeah.
online? And then number 3 is called Ora Mobile.
Ora
So
Mobile.
this one is the one that deals with bulk SMS,
Uh-huh.
bulk WhatsApp Blaster, which is a tool that we have invented at Oracom,
Okay.
which can help you to reach out to people on WhatsApp through their groups or through individuals.
Ah, amazing.
Yeah, and then number 4 is called Ora DMT, is our digital marketing training. So for this, we train people we have classroom modes, we have online training, and we have also in-company training, in campus where we come to your university and train people. Then number 4, we have the Ora DMA, which is a digital marketing agency. That's number 5. So this is a digital marketing agency offering search engine optimization, email marketing, social media management, and content creation. We have the graphics design team, and it's also pretty big team as well.
Okay.
And then number 6 is now the Ora Media, which does photography and video.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
a very active group.
Yeah, a very active
Yeah.
group. Yeah. So those are the first brands. They are
The
geared
fast
towards money.
Making money.
Yeah.
Right.
Those ones are geared towards making money.
Yeah.
So brand number 7, going to 14, are geared towards creating an impact. So with them, we don't care whether we're making money or not, but we're busier with creating an impact to, that young person who doesn't have a job, that person who needs an opportunity.
Okay.
So the first one is the My Big Order, where we built a marketplace for businesses. And something interesting about it is that every county in Kenya has its own marketplace there.
Okay.
Like if I ask you, like, what's your home constituency?
Nakuru.
Nakuru. No, Nakuru is a county.
Yeah, city. Thanks. Recently.
Yeah, Nakuru is a city.
Yeah.
So within a constituency, let's say Subukia, there's something in
Yeah,
Subukia.
Subukia, Bahati, the
Bahati.
different. Yeah.
So there we have a marketplace. So all the sellers who are in Subukia, they're able to go in there and upload their products on a marketplace. And we've really automated it. So we've done that for all the counties in Kenya.
Wow.
It really brings like the whole country and the e-commerce and trade together.
Okay.
Then brand number 8, which is a big conversation right now, is Pearl City.
Yeah.
So Pearl City is social media. It's just like Facebook or Twitter. It combines the two features.
Okay.
The difference is that it's a social media platform that pays you when you go online.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I get paid when I go online.
Yes, when you go online. When we started
How?
this concept, people thought it's impossible.
Yeah.
You know, Rachel, every time you go on Facebook, you leave a lot of content there, and you always see them advertising on your page. Same to Twitter.
Okay.
I've seen recently Elon Musk, he started paying people actually on Twitter.
Right.
So the concept then is easy. It's just that there are companies that pay to advertise. So the content creator who is you needs to be paid as well.
True.
So that's what we built around it. But now added 15 more gigs or things that you can do on that platform.
Okay.
So our company number 9 is called DFT News. So DFT News is a radio station. So with the radio station, young people now have a chance. They can come. We have a podcast, we have a TV. They can come and
amazing.
tell their stories.
Yeah.
And our slogan for this is telling untold stories.
Stories, right?
Yes,
Amazing.
because we believe everyone has a story that needs to be told.
True.
Just like you've
Especially
given
young
me
people.
a chance today to tell my story.
Yeah. An
I really
amazing
appreciate-
story. Yeah.
Appreciate your station.
I've had
It's
some.
really amazing. The number 10 is My Leader Kenya. So My Leader Kenya is more for the politicians, the people we elect. We saw there's something missing where we elect them, but we don't follow through. Whether they deliver the things they promise us or not, no one cares.
True.
So we've built a whole app around it. And number 11 is called KE Online, which is a search engine. It's just like Google. So that's the one where we always have the Digitally Fit Awards, which comes every year. The number 12 is an AI-enabled Uber-like application. It's still in development. It's called ODS ChapChap. Number 13 is the Pearl City Circle. And then we have the Pearl City Foundation. So all of these are just geared towards creating an impact on the life of someone. Yes.
Clearly. Wow, that's really amazing. And I love the fact that you've actually divided them in a way that you're able to get profit, but at the same time you're giving back to the community.
Yes.
Because I feel like that's the most important thing about business. You are actually making money, because again, what is a business if you're not making money from it? But now we are here, and I'm wondering, how are you able to actually manage all these under one company and make sure that they work together in unity? You'll be telling us about that, but let's head to a short break. Then we'll be coming right back with the tips, Business 101, so that you can also know how you're supposed to manage your business. So Usiende mbali, we'll be coming right back.
So my name is Alphonse Juma, and I'm the founder of Oracom Group, where we're running 14 companies in one. And today I have a message for somebody who would like to start their own business. So where do you start from? Number one, the first thing you need to do is to identify the target market. So many of us, we get it wrong when you don't know who is your target market, because until you know your target market, you're not able to know where your customers will be coming from. The second thing that you need to do is to make sure you're working with the right team. A team, you have to mentor them as the entrepreneur, as the owner of the company. You have to mentor them, do things the way you want. You have to distill discipline in that team. You also have to make sure that they are doing things the right way. A culture is always very, very important. The third thing is to instill hard work in the team, because if your team is working hard, it means they are going to deliver for you. And the fourth thing is to make sure that your business is fully set up and it's fully regulated. Because I remember when we started, our first client was KRA actually, and it taught us a lot that you need to make sure you're compliant in your business. These are some things that if you don't do them at the beginning, then your business may go down in just a single day or a single declaration, or if there is a punishment, or there is just a mistake you've done in business. So these days it's good you understand data privacy and how you're handling personal data, because there is an office for it. With the Communications Authority of Kenya, how you're handling your communications and making sure you're compliant as well, important. And then also now with the regulations and taxes and things like that. And then the last thing, you have to get your marketing very right. So how do you do your marketing? For me, and through the campaign we always run, we are helping people to become digitally fit. And it's to the point that we have an award called the Digitally Fit Awards. So it's good that you make sure that your company is digitally fit. And it's more like a person would be physically fit. Same way, you're physically fit, we advocate that your company also needs to be digitally fit. Definitely identifying a good location would be important, but for this case, if your business is digitally fit, then you can do business anywhere globally. So thank you till next time. My name is Alphonse Juma, the CEO of Oracom Group, and you're watching Business Plus.
All right, we are back after the short break, and of course the Business 101, and I'm sure that you have gotten something. Of course, as a business person, you should be in a position where you can get some tips, and now you're able to actually manage your company. Because if this man right here can manage 14 companies under one umbrella, then it should be easy for you to manage your business. Sawa sawa. But now we are very eager to know, how are you able to actually manage all these 14 companies under one umbrella and ensure that they are working together in unity and they are going to the same, they're actually accomplishing what they're supposed to accomplish?
Yeah, what we've done is we've automated. Yeah. So automation for us means from the HR process to the marketing process to logistics. We've basically automated everything.
Okay.
Rachel, currently we have a full-time staff of 41. That's the people who come and report to the office every day. And we also have around other people also who are part-timers. That is people who work from home.
Okay.
And what we do is for every business or for every company, the first thing that we did is to make sure that they have their own teams that work. So for example, if it's Aura DMT, there's the training team. There are teams that basically do the training and nothing else. So with that, therefore, it creates in a culture of a team, and the team now is able to work by themselves. And then we've just automated all the processes, from the way they manage the files, to the way we do the invoicing for clients, to the way we do the support. All that is automated using technology.
Amazing. And does that also help to make sure that you maintain the quality of all the 14 companies? Because it's also very important to make sure that you're not leaving one business behind trying to build the other one.
Yeah, at the beginning that was a very big challenge, just making sure that you're creating the balance. Because you can imagine if you're doing, for example, marketing, if you're marketing on, let's say you're doing on TV, for example, and then you have to do it for all the brands, you know, it can be very costly. The advantage for it is that every business brings something on the table. So at the end of it, when you put them together, you know, when, let's say my competitor, I have so many competitors, by the way, and when they look at my mode of business and they come to benchmark, then they see like it's only one department that competes their business. But now the advantage I have is that when their businesses contribute X, mine does 14X.
Right.
Yeah. And then when their businesses are able to onboard X staff as an impact to them, or the people they are creating opportunities for, as we are doing that times 14. So at the end of it, the outcome is always bigger when you're running such a big empire. But then doesn't mean that it doesn't come with challenges.
Tell us about it. Because I'm sure running all these companies must have something you have to get. What's the niche?
At the beginning, I had an issue with staff. You know, when you're an entrepreneur and you're just starting up, you're so passionate about the business. And you know, for me, I always go for people in their raw stages and then try to mentor them into the business itself.
Really? Why?
So sometimes, I don't know how it works, but I think for most of the web development companies, it's rare that you find somebody's already fully complete. And then even in somebody working in our system, I always say, like you can get someone from a very big company and they may still struggle in our company. Because work is not just about work and money. But we've made it such that it's a ground for growth. It's a ground for personal growth and personal development.
Amazing.
So at the beginning I had issues, like when a staff wants to leave, you know, HR issues always very tough with entrepreneurs. Because like if I'm a web developer, for example, and I'm already developing in a company, and then at some stage I can develop websites. So the next thing is, why can't I start my own? So at the beginning I used to struggle with that. You know, I could try not give people the chance to go out and try their own, until I came to a point and say, how about if it's just a ground for them to grow and move on? Because still, if they grow from whatever places they are, so long as you set your brands to be in a way that they can support any kind of business. Because if for a website, for example, if you are my staff, the way I would look at it initially was that then you'd become my competitor. Now we've built like a platform like KE Online, which is a search engine for all businesses. So therefore, you're even more useful when you have your own, because you'll use even more of those are services, those are 14 brands. But I've also seen a good number of people who find this kind of setup and the rate of our growth very, very interesting. Recently we had, just like you're saying, 14 companies. It's really, for some people, there's a group of people who came from America who they just felt like they wanted to understand how is it possible to just run these 14
under one roof, especially,
under one roof. And then they came, I think yourself, you've also seen, we are managing.
Yeah, you are managing it very well.
Yeah.
Until I'm actually surprised. We should be doing this as business people. You know,
Yeah.
ni kama tumewekwa mahali and we have this mindset, no, you can't do more than 3 things.
Yeah.
When you're wamefanya vizuri sana, they only have 3 businesses and already one is failing and people are using that as an example.
Yeah.
So this should be a lesson to all of you to learn that as a business person, this is a way that you should, run your companies and run your company. Hata kama ni hiyo moja, just be sure that you can actually do very well with it.
Yeah.
But now let's go into the logistics part.
Yeah.
I want to have like 3-4 companies, right? I know registering one company is already a headache for many business people.
Yeah.
So should I have to register all the 4 companies, or how do I just go about it?
Not just registering a company, but patenting them.
Yeah.
All of them is about intellectual property as well. That's the biggest thing. Any business you can register. But even developing the business itself. A business needs a domain, needs a website, needs the staff they are working in, and then the nitty-gritties about the business. Yeah. So to answer your question, what we've done is we've set them up as companies on their own. Yeah. And that means, though when we started, all of them were not fully companies, like fully having their own bank accounts. But then we realized that it's important. Because I want to give you something we've seen here very interesting. There's one business that we have here. You can't imagine. I don't know, but it's a big lesson. I think I'll just share it here.
We'll
Though
appreciate.
it looks like a business secret. But of all our 14 companies, there's one company that brings almost half of what the other 14 companies make.
Wow, okay.
The irony of this brand, which is actually the Aura Mobile, the one for bulk SMS. When we started it, just some people came from Croatia and told us they want us to begin this business with us. Then they give us a reseller account, and we went into it. It's actually the easiest business for us to manage here. And with that amount it's making, we only have one staff who is working there. One person. Yep.
Okay.
One. Yep.
And
so like all the money that Oracom is making, there's one company that makes half of it. One. But it only has one staff working on it. Simply because we automated that. And then we found it's a business that if it's automated, like bulk SMS, clients just load their own credit and do the sending. And the more clients you have, the better.
Right.
Though, according to us now, there are brands, especially brands number 7 going forward. Those brands now have the biggest potential. And if we are to decide even to sell them or to look for an investor, to be something else.
Amazing. So as we wind up, like it's very sad that you don't have more time for this conversation. But even as you wind up, talking about the employees, because I know employers have a big issue with who to employ and who not to employ. You've mentioned that most of your employees, it's like you've actually taught them and like kind of manage of what they're supposed to do here. What would you encourage an employer out there who's running such a business? Should they take someone who's out of school, someone who's trained and learned, or they can just take someone who they're feeling this guy is talented or this lady is talented and actually work on them? What do you think?
Let me begin with when we started. When we started, we could not afford. For every employer, sometimes you can't afford. And sometimes I get amazing talent, but we let them go because you can't afford. Based on the stage of that business. So at the beginning, we could go and recruit from the slums actually.
Oh, really?
Our first, though it wasn't from the slum, but our first employee for Oracom in 2010, who is actually the one leading the Aura Mobile, was a Form 4 dropout. And good thing, he's still our employee up to now.
Amazing.
He's that one person. And now when we got this person, we simply mentored him into the job. We had graduates, by the way, who are working with us. But there is always something special in a person who appreciates what the company has done for them.
Yeah.
So for all the people who have interacted with, all the staff who I engage in this company, I always tell them 3 things. Yeah, either come here to chase money, and they have to chase that money.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to make sure they're making the money so that the company is able to pay them that money, or they chase a career. So there are people who come and they are on to their career, or they chase fame. So there are many people, like Google has poached people from here. Recently you saw at the KCB Lounge 10, we've had most of our stuff on Facebook.
Yeah.
So there are guys who say come and they want their profiles out there. Like right now with the radio, we have people who come there, and then within a short period of time, under the mentorship that we give them, they're already identified by other companies. What do? We wish them well, because it's all about creating an impact. Yeah. So once a person is able to look at those 3 things, then it's very easy for them. Now it reaches a point when you're transitioning. That happened to us after 13 years last year, when we had to transition into this business. That there's a point when you need people who have a boardroom. I always tell my staff a boardroom presence. So there are times when the boardroom presence is more important. You know, it's somebody who can go into a meeting, dress well for the meeting, and come back with the dollar, with the money. But there are also some people who will just do the talking, but ask them to do the work, they can't do it.
True.
So you need to know how to transition when your company is growing, and knowing exactly when is this that your company is growing into a corporate becomes very important, because therefore it means that clients are starting to see you differently. You as an entrepreneur, you won't be there all the time. Like these days, I just don't know. You know, I had to like get a PA, and then now with my PA, all my friends, they feel like now, you know, they were used to calling me, now they have to go through the PA. But it forces me, you know, if I start receiving all the calls, you can't do it, because 14 companies again.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Right. And now as we wind up, what is the one big lesson that you've learned from interacting, because now we know that you're interacting with different kinds of clients from all the 14 companies, and they're all coming here for different products. So what would you say is one lesson that you've learned, one major lesson that you've learned from interacting with these different kind of people?
So different companies have different interests. Just like in your house you'd have an interest. Companies same, they have interests. You need to learn what's their interests, and if possible create a partnership with those companies. For majority of the companies, what they need are solutions for what they don't have. And for the good thing now for us, it's a big opportunity, is that it's a time when everything is evolving. Tech is taking over everything, you know. Currently we are talking about ChatGPT, and then it's again changing how things are done, how emails are written, how business is done, how even we develop websites. And it's a very nice field, by the way. It's a very nice field for us. So understanding the interests of the people, having the right partners on board, and also knowing the right teams that you work with on your project at the right time of the stage of your business, all very important.
Wow. Okay. So what would be your parting shot for this show, in terms of how to interact with clients and now working with all these companies, and for someone who's working with maybe 2 or more companies now and they're feeling like they'd want to expand? Okay,
maybe I would put it into 2. For the employer, somebody who has a business, an entrepreneur, you need to make sure you get it right in terms of the business plan for your business, and the marketing as well, and setting the structure of the business is very important. If you do it right, you'll get it right. For me, what I did was to automate all the processes, use tech to make sure files are accessed by who, all those things, you make sure you have them, and then engaging with the right team, definitely, knowing what the company is doing daily. Like myself, I always wake up at 3 in the morning. By the time my staff are coming, like, you have to be faster, you have to be better than them. So by the time you begin your work at 8, I've already done a whole day. So daily I have to do 2 days. At the end of it, I've already learned about my competitors. I've already known what we did do right.
Yeah.
I've also done a bit of research about it. Yeah.
So you know what to correct.
You know what to correct.
Yeah.
And you are on top of your business. Because if you're not on top of your business, your employees wanaweza kukuosha.
Very true. And of course I've gotten one thing, and this one pia unatakana ikuwe your takeaway. You've said if you do it right, you'll get it right. So for the business people, make sure you do it right. How is the right way to do what you're doing? So with that, I'm sure that you've gotten something from this discussion, and now you know how to run your company. And it's not very possible for you to run even 2 or 3 businesses and make sure that they are all coming up successful. So we've said business is more than meets the eye. This has been the Business Plus. My name is Rachel Kahugu. This is MBCI Television, and of course you are getting a lot of knowledge from this. Once again, you can get us on Facebook and on YouTube. So MBCI TV official YouTube page and MBCI TV on our Facebook page. We'll see you next week. It has been an amazing discussion. Make sure you catch the repeat on Friday at 7:30 in the PM. See you next week.